Greetings from Northumberland on the 11th of August. It's another warm morning and we wonder how high the temperatures will get as the day progresses. Today we remember St. Clare of Assisi. Clare, who heard the message of St. Francis preaching the gospel in about 1212 and who moved to follow him and those friars who followed him, and became the foundress of the Order of the Poor Clares, those sisters who devoted their life to worship and simplicity, extreme poverty in Clare's case. But what Clare sets before us is the fact that God calls men and women. Francis and Clare were like two sides of the same coin. And Clare, in her very own way, sustained her charism of being devoted to Christ, who was crucified and who loved. And she lived a life of extreme poverty, so much so that the religious authorities were fearful for her. And they knew that no one could really sustain that life that she led. But what she did set before us all is the idea that if we live simply and open our lives to God, then we can walk in the pattern of Christ. And we as Christian people can see in Francis and Clare those people who were devoted to following Christ and to walking in the way of God. So today we are faced with choices. How do we live? In which way do we walk? What are our priorities? For Clare, for Francis, the priorities were to walk in the way of Christ, to serve Christ in the people they encountered, and to know Christ and Christ's love in the poorest people they met. We have to translate that into our 21st century world. But let us seek to do that, so that like Francis and Clare, we may walk the way of Christ, live in his love, and share his love with those around us. May God bless us. May God keep us in his love. And may God always hold us in his care.